Hey, what's going on, everyone? Happy Easter. I hope you've had an amazing holiday. I am, of course, Black Amora, and I'm joined by Chisom. We are going to get into her start as a gamer and into the Christian video game that she is building. Lock in, get comfy, grab a snack, because this is Power Hour episode 138 of the
Streamcast.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Streamcast, bringing people together through gaming since 2018, making gaming fun again. And I'm here with someone who is making gaming fun again, making Christianity cool again, might I say. It's Chisom. How are you doing?
Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know who you are, would you like to give them a little bit of an intro as to who you are and your background and how you've gotten into the gaming industry?
Yes, so my name is Chisom. I'm an indie developer. How I got into the gaming industry, I used to be a streamer. So back in, I think COVID, around that time, I started streaming Warzone. So when it started getting, just before it got popular, I started playing Warzone and I started streaming it because my friend was like, you're quite good at this game. So that's how I got into the gaming industry, I guess. I mean, I've been playing games since I was 8 or even younger, but streaming, gaming, playing Warzone, and then I kind of shifted into like variety and then Marvel Rivals. And yeah, that's how I got into that. That's who I am.
Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, I didn't know about the streaming stuff. Okay, we've got somewhere to kick off right there. But before we get into that, it's time for us to get into your gaming origin story. You mentioned at the age of 8. Do you remember your first ever game and console?
Yes, it was PlayStation 1, I believe. That's what my oldest brother had. Yeah, PS1. PS1. The one that I had for myself personally was a DS. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
But PS1.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's dope. I had both of those growing up. Do you remember your first game on each console?
I don't know, because I used to watch my brothers play a game. Well, my brother and my cousin, because I have two brothers. My brother and my cousin would play games and I'll just watch. So I was too young to play like the games they were playing, but I like watching them play. Like, I don't know if you remember G-Force Racing, Driver 3, Red Fraction, Crash Bandicoot, San Andreas, games like that. So I don't remember my first game, but I remember watching them and then just enjoying watching them play.
Oh, fair. Big shout out to Poke Era Z Go, the first one in tonight. Appreciate you. Hope you're good and had a good Easter holiday. Okay, so that's a strong way to get into the gaming world straight off the bat. The DS, one of the best consoles of all time. The PS1, just legendary in terms of starting off an entire empire of gaming for Sony, which is now gone out of control. But going from the PS1 and the DS, what are your favorite games? Do you have a top 5? What's Chisom's favorite 5 games?
I'm not gonna lie, I could not pick 5. I have like 12.
Okay, what's Chisom's 12 favorite games?
I would say my top 5, but I'll give like the rest as honorable mentions. So I would say because I was big on FPS, I guess. So I'd say Modern Warfare 2, definitely. I used to beat the campaign in like 12 hours, so I'd keep playing it over and over again. So Modern Warfare 2, Red Fraction 2, I really liked. That was like, I think that was my first FPS game. Yeah. Red Fraction 2, Old School RuneScape. I loved that game. Like my cousins got me into that game, so played that from a young age. San Andreas, of course. I think that's the best GTA game ever. And how many is that? Is that 4, 3? That's 4, right?
That's 4, yeah.
So the 5th one is hard because it's more recent. I would say Red Dead Redemption 2. I did like 1, but I watched my brother play 1. I didn't actually play 1. I played a little bit of it, but when I got my own PlayStation and my own games, I bought Red Dead 2, and I really enjoyed that game. I enjoyed the story of that. So I would say it's between that or Hitman. But I think I'll go Red Dead 2. But the
Nice. That's a
rest,
strong list.
you think?
Yeah,
I think it's okay.
let's hear those
Yeah.
honorable mentions. No, it's a strong list. Yeah, let's hear those honorable mentions though.
I would say, okay, so Hitman, The Sims 3, Resistance, Fall of Man, and Resistance 2. I really enjoyed. They got me more into FPS. I would say, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. I know it's not canon. I don't think it's canon to like story, but that game, although it was scary, I loved watching my brother play. He would let me play it sometimes. I really enjoyed the story and just like the gameplay of that game. Animal Crossing City Folk. Super Mario Galaxy 2 was, I think, was the first platformer I beat. A lot of platforms I played before, I can never beat it. But that one, I remember beating that one. And Walking Dead Season 1. I love that game. Love that game. I actually cried at the end.
That's dope.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my top 12.
Hey, that is a solid list. I'm glad that you gave us all 12 of those. Just welcome in some new people coming in. Welcome. Hope your holiday was very chilled. So Ariana, and hello Zara. Yeah. So you mentioned some bangers there. The Walking Dead, the Telltale game, right?
Yeah, the Telltale. Yeah.
Yeah, I love those games. I really like how everyone will have a moment where some goofball will say, "Oh, these type of games are dead. Like single player games are dead, or multiplayer games are dead." And then you'll see a game come out that just trashes that opinion, and like there is still another way to enjoy this game. And I think the Telltale games make like several franchises, like The Walking Dead, like you mentioned, like Batman, just revitalize those franchises. You've got a very strong list. So I wouldn't have assumed you to be an FPS player because your game that you are developing isn't a shooter.
I know.
So
I know.
Tell me. I mean, that's good for me personally because I'm crap at shooters. I can't. I don't know what it is. It's the one genre I'm not good at. Tell me about how you get into making this game from was it Warzone and specializing in that and finishing Modern Warfare in 12 hours?
I feel like my taste in games is kind of varied. I think back then I only played what my brother had. So whatever games my brother had from PlayStation 1 to PS3, it's what I kind of grew up playing. And even after when I started getting my own games, I've always liked, I guess, playing Modern Warfare 2 all the time. I've always just kind of generally liked FPS games to what I'm making now, I guess. I feel like I have a soft spot for story games. Like I like games like The Last of Us. There's another game by the people who made Detroit Become Human. It was Heavy Rain is really good. I love games that you have choices but there's a story. Red Dead 2, I think, is the best story personally for me. San Andreas, GTA 5. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just a mix. Like I like FPS, but I also like story games, if that makes sense. So, but I'm more to the side of story. If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Fair. No, that makes total sense. Yeah, of course. I think especially in the last maybe 5-10 years, people have realized that video games are a very legit way of telling stories, comparable to TV and film. So when you see the likes of, like you said, Red Dead 2 and The Last of Us and God of War and Horizon and all of these games, even the ones where the characters don't really speak, like in Mario and Zelda, you can still tell a compelling story from start to end. And I think that makes sense as to maybe the story is the connecting point for you rather than like the genre game. That makes a lot of sense. You said GTA San Andreas is the best GTA game of all time. I mean, I'm not here to argue with you, but what about people who would say 4 and 5 would beat that?
I've played 4 and 5. I don't know. I just feel like San Andreas is more. I'm not gonna say nostalgic because I've played it over the years. So I've played it PS2. I've played it on my PC, like when it brought out on Steam. I've replayed that game, and comparing that to GTA 5, I just prefer the storyline of San Andreas. Yeah, I don't know what the hype is about GTA 5. I think it's just online mode. It's a good game. I think the online mode just kind of trumps it. So GTA 4 was good, but I just preferred San Andreas. It's just a personal preference.
Oh, that's fair. I definitely know what you mean by that, because the online mode of GTA 5, especially roleplay, has really taken on a life of its own. So I get that point of view, definitely.
Yeah.
Sims 3. Talk to me about Sims 3. I've heard some people like to do a bit of a madness when they're playing Sims. You know, they like to destroy their own characters, shall we say. What were you building / destroying when it came to Sims 3?
No, I actually never did stuff like that. I liked the building aspect. I did like there was this girl. The only reason I bought Sims 3 because there was this girl called the Queen, or Queen, where she used to play like a lot of the expansion packs. So that made me get into Sims a bit more. I never really played Sims 2, but Sims 3, I think that's the most I spent in gaming, like generally.
Okay.
Like Sims, like I bought the game packs, or not. I don't know if they had game packs, but then it was expansion packs, stuff packs, all of that. And I wouldn't torture my Sims. I know people do that, but I actually liked the whole thing of you make one sim, they meet another sim, and then they get married, have kids, blah blah blah. I really enjoyed that type of gameplay. I feel like it's more because I can jump in Sims and it would be like 12 hours gone. Like I wouldn't know what time it is. Like that's the type of game Sims was for me. So, but I just enjoyed having a cozy gameplay with Sims, like just not torturing my Sims, which is so funny. Like I think I have tried removing the ladder, but I just feel like is I don't know. It's just I probably did it one time, but it wasn't something I'll think about doing because I was irritated by my sim.
Okay, that's fair. You only did it once. I'll give you that. That's I think you're the most wholesome Sims player I've met since Abonix.
Oh my gosh.
Red Dead 2. I want to talk about that because that's a game that I didn't play because I think it came out around the same time as Spider-Man 2 or God of War, one of those two games. And I had to make a choice. And I heard people going on about, oh, Red Dead 2 is so amazing, but you have to get haircuts and stuff about the horse and this, that. And I just didn't have that many hours to put into that. So I went for the shorter game. Tell me about what Red Dead 2 means to you.
I didn't get haircuts. I just played the story.
Oh.
I really just played the story. Getting haircuts. I mean, I guess I don't. This was like, okay, so when I bought Red Dead, I was in my final year of uni. So I bought it, but I didn't play until I left uni. So I think I bought it and it was 6 months later. I actually finally got back to the game and played it. So in that time, I was just playing it for the story. I think what it meant for me is like I felt like the story was just so compelling compared to 1. I feel like I wish I played 1. I watched my brother play it, so just knowing how it all ties together and it being a prequel to 1, I think the story was just really good. It's really for me, it kind of pulled me in, and yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but for me, the story was really
that makes sense. I think I didn't mean to go on about their haircuts, but I feel like my point was people were going on about all the side quests you can do in gaming, and that wasn't it for me. So like fishing and all of that stuff.
Oh, I didn't do none of that.
Yeah,
I was just doing mission fishing back.
I got time. I gotta go. Gotta keep it moving.
Yeah.
I hear it.
That was me.
Okay, so you talked about your 12 favorite games. How does that lead you into streaming? Was that during the pandemic? Was that before? Tell me about that.
I think, okay, so from streaming, okay, so I was in my second year of uni when Fortnite was just before it got, like, it blew up. So I think end of season 2, I started playing Fortnite. I didn't really know much about Twitch, but that's how Fortnite is what got me into, like, streaming, like, watching people stream. So I don't know if you remember, like, Fortnite Fridays or what else did they do, like, back then? I don't know, but I used to play during, my exam season till 6 a.m. and my friends would just play. And I think I streamed it once on Twitch, but I think because that on PSO you could stream directly through Twitch. Didn't know what was going on, but I only did it once. So that was back in, I think that was 2017 or 2018. Didn't stream again, but I was watching people stream. I love, like, not Twitch, but on YouTube. I used to watch like Vicstar. I think he was in the tournaments, and whoever, like Cypher, PK, those people, Daquan, and those lot on YouTube. So then I switched. Once I finished uni, I didn't really play Fortnite, but Warzone was coming out. I think I can't remember when it came out. I know it's 2020. Around that time it came out, and then me and my friends would just play, and COVID happened, so it was like all we did was just literally at home playing games till like 6 a.m. again. Playing Warzone, we learned how to play a game. I have all my clips. I was so bad. Compared to how I was when I started streaming, I was terrible. So, but then I started getting better because what I do, I'd like to watch people who are better than me. So that's how I learned the game. That's what I did for Fortnite. So then I just took that over to Call of Duty, Warzone. And then my friend was like, you should stream. So then I was streaming, and then I met this girl on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen her or no, her name's Isabella Grace. And that's how we became friends. I messaged her. Yeah, I messaged her saying I kind of need a duo, basically. Basically shot my shot in that sense. And then we basically became like a duo on Warzone and streaming as well. So we kind of helped each other build like our streaming platform in that sense. So yeah, Warzone is what got me into streaming.
Cool.
So yeah, 2021, I think. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I want to say that's when they lifted it off the first time, and then we kind of went back in. So it was a bit like, what are we doing? So okay, all right. Okay, I can follow that. So your whole streaming career, are you still streaming now?
No, I stopped this time last year, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Was that because you went on to do what we're here to talk about, developing your own game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
When we get to that, I can explain it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So where does the actual light bulb moment happen of you going, I can make my own game. I want to make my own game. Let's do this.
I feel like my story is kind of like back and forth, because after I finished uni, I did engineering. Didn't want to do engineering. Yeah, I didn't want to work in that field, but I wanted to do like computer science. And I remember when I first started uni, I had the option to switch. So I did a foundation year. So I was thinking, in my mind, I was thinking I should just switch. But then I thought, let me just stick with engineering, because my parents wanted me to do something in that field, I guess. So I just stuck with it, which is, I don't regret it, but it would have made things easier where I'm at now. So I stuck with engineering, and then after I left uni in 2019, I was like, I don't want to do engineering, but I want to do something in tech. So my oldest brother was a software developer, or like a business analyst. I don't know. He worked in that area, and he was just telling me, you can go on Udemy, like buy a course and learn Python. So I learned Python for a month, and then I was applying to a bunch of these like graduate schemes. And I got one through a company called Capita, and I got a role there as a junior software developer, but it was like a graduate scheme where they will teach you the basics, and then they will get employees in, and then you would have to like kind of showcase your skills so they can hire you, that type of thing. Yeah. So for our cohort, it was, I don't know, for our a cohort because they had like business analysts and they had project managers and they had software developers. Software developers was like the hardest to get a role. Very hard. Out of like 7 of us, only one person got a job.
Oh wow.
But in that time frame, you're learning. I was learning Java. I didn't really like Java. I didn't really like learning it. Maybe because it just felt boring to me. So I was like, I want to learn it in terms of because I like games. Let me learn it. Let me learn game development with what I'm learning with Java, I guess. So Unity Learn. Unity had something called Unity Learn. So I started learning that in 2019. I bought a course on Udemy with Game Dev TV. They had like a 2D course. I bought it, but I never really got into it. I think I just bought it, but yeah, I never really got into it. So when that graduate scheme ended because of COVID, so this was like 2020. So I think COVID happened March 2020. It ended around, I think it ended a month behind that. I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to just do my master's in engineering management. Did that for 2 years while working in catering. And then I got pushed to accountancy. So like I just jumped into accounting role, side quest.
It happens to all of us, honestly.
Literally just jumping around. So the question was the light bulb moment, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, fast forward while I was streaming in 2023, one of my leaders at church was like to me, and he didn't really know what I was doing at the time, but he was like, he needed to speak to me about like career-wise and stuff. And he was like, God told him that I was going to be a game designer. I was like, me? The thing is, I wanted to work in gaming in 2019, but I just thought it was impossible. So I kind of like stopped, and then that's how I did my master's. And then 2019, I was streaming. It was like, you're not gonna, be playing games. You're gonna be making them. So I was like, okay. But in my mind, I wanted to still be a streamer. So I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Maybe I'm gonna get this opportunity through streaming. So I was like, I'm gonna stick to streaming. And so it was at the back of my mind. I was like, okay, God, when is this going to happen? Like, when am I going to become a game designer? Someone going to come and hand me the game on the plate or something like that. But through that season, like those 2 years of streaming, I kind of fell out of love of streaming. And I was kind of like, okay, what do I do now? Because like, I don't really have anywhere else to get into career-wise because I don't really want to do anything else other than streaming, basically. So the light bulb moment was July last year, but I stopped streaming in April, where I was like, I just don't feel like streaming is for me, but I'm not sure what I want to do. And then God reminded me of that moment where one of my leaders spoke to me, was like, you're going to be a game designer. He was like, I already told you what you need to do. So in July, I was like, okay, let me start learning game development properly. And yeah, that's the light bulb moment, I guess.
That is so precious because now you are building the video game and you're paying it back to him. It's completely, implementing Christian elements, and I really want to delve into that because I feel like there is going to be a bit of a wave of that. There's going to be a few games that are implementing Christianity and other religions, but I think you really stand out in that you're really trying to, I guess, make a game that plays just like Zelda or implements that kind of mentality, that kind of core gameplay mechanics, but is centered around the word.
Yeah.
So tell me about how you are going about making sure your video game covers Christianity.
Well, I think first and foremost, I have to go back to God because even when I got the idea, it wasn't even my idea because I was like, while I was learning and doing all these courses and using YouTube to like teach myself how to, do basic coding in Unity Engine, I was asking God, what game do you want me to make? And the only thing he told me was a game about faith and like a girl on a journey of her faith. That was it. So that was it. And I realized that he was just waiting for me to take the first step into like doing game development. And each step he's shown me what he wants it to look like. So I don't know if that answers your question fully.
I think it does. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Believe in yourself. Yeah,
yeah.
no, it does. Sorry, not yeah,
But
no,
no,
yeah,
no,
it
no, no,
does.
no, it doesn't, because you said what elements.
Oh, how are you making
Yes,
sure that?
yes.
Yeah.
So going back to gods. Also, a lot of the things I'm adding into the game is scriptural. So like the sword of the spirit, the sword that you've seen in one of my reels is based off scripture. The storyline is based off like things that stories, not stories, but like basically scripture in the Bible that can basically be the foundation of what, you know, of the game. So it's like I'm not pulling it from air. Like I'm always going back to the Bible and I'm thinking, okay, how can I use this scripture to teach the players or to kind of express the scriptures through gameplay mechanics, through environmental storytelling and whatnot. But yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed there's been like it's been very cool to see your work in progress through your content, through your reels, and it's like you're always asking the question of, okay, how can I make this applicable to this? How can I make this game I guess not beat you over the head with it, but be so like clear and obvious. Like we're not trying to how do I say this? You know, like when you're feeding a dog and like it doesn't want to take the painkiller, so it'll just spit it out. So you hide it in the dog food.
Oh yes.
You're not trying
no.
to.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
You're not trying. You're not trying
Yeah.
to. You're not trying to stealth feed it. You know. You're trying to be overt with it, which I appreciate. So my actual question is, there have been, I guess not obstacles, but there's been, I guess, questions or challenges that you've come across your way whilst developing this game. Have you been able to collaborate with any other people in terms of finding answers or in terms of building your game, or has this been mainly like a spiritual solo journey? Tell me about that.
It's been solo for the most part. Yeah, I think when I posted I think it was the second TikTok, the one that went viral on TikTok. There was a lot of people that has been requesting to help, but like I feel like that's great and everything, but I just don't want to, as much as I need help, because solo work for a game that I'm making, I feel like it's almost impossible to do it by myself. So I'm trusting God that He's gonna send people. But so the people that were requesting, like I got emails, DMs, like, oh, I can help you do this and that, and I'm like, this is amazing, but I don't know if I can just like say yes to everyone or anyone without like, I don't think it's wise to do that. So right now I've been doing it solo. I've been praying about it and seeing like how I should go about, I guess recruiting people or asking for volunteers. But really and truly, I do want to get funding so I can actually get hired help, I guess, to help me on the game, especially those who have a burden to kind of help in this area as well. Yeah,
That's
it's just been me solo. Yeah.
I mean, that is not an easy feat at all for anyone. So yeah, that is very impressive. And I do think, to go off that point, I do think it is very wise to not just say yes to everything, because before you know it, it might be something completely different because of how many hands are in the jar. So yeah, it's very important to stay true to yourself and maintain that metaphorical North Star of like, this is what the vision is, this is what the goal is, and you think that deviates, you gotta go. So that is it's the right way to operate, really.
Yeah, no, I agree.
How long have you been developing this game now?
So I started September. Beginning of September.
Just gone.
So it should be, I think it's now 6 months, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah. No, 7. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's been 7 months. Wow. Time's gone so quick.
And not how far are you with it, but how is your journey? How has your journey been so far? Because 6 months is still quite early. A lot of video games take a long time to develop. So, where are you at with that in terms of your expectation?
Where I'm at with the development, still very much in early stages. I have every time I feel like I'm progressing is like I'm just thinking this can be improved. So I feel like I stay on one area, but I think I've put in mainly the foundations of the mechanics. Where I'm at now is puzzles. So I'm trying to now build the game loop. So right now I've done the combat. I actually ended up adding a shield when I said I didn't want to add a shield, but I thought I need to get this game a shield. And so so I've added that, and I know I need to think about scope creep. So like not adding too many things that it just never gets done. So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm having. Although it doesn't look great, it doesn't feel great. I've done like the main foundation of the combat, the shield, and now I'm trying to implement puzzles and how can I make it not one dimensional. So like, I want the shield to not just be able to block. I want it that you can use it for puzzles. You can use it to do other things like maybe rail grinding, shield surfing, or whatever, or to like reflect. I don't know. I don't even not give too much away, but just do other things other than being able to parry and whatever. The sword, I want it to do more than one thing as well. So yeah, I'm at that stage where I'm like, okay, how can I make this better, and then hopefully build like a playtest level, or I guess close friends or like some of my gamer friends to try out and like give feedback. But that's where I'm at right now.
That's very cool. I like the idea of having multi-functional weapons and the shield. So yeah, you've obviously got quite what is to say imagination. Maybe that is the right word. You've got quite the imagination when it comes to like what you want your character to be able to do. And you've obviously got the long-term goal in mind, obviously, because you want obviously the players to play the story start to finish, whilst being, enthralled and compelled the entire way through. Maybe this is a silly question to ask at this point. What type of game is this going to be, or do you intend for it to be?
And like the genre?
In terms of genre, yeah,
it's a hybrid, because at first I wanted to do a platformer game, but then I thought I don't want it to just be a platformer game, because I feel like platformers are fun, but I want it to convey story. Like, I love story games, so I'm like, it has to have story. So I feel like, I know you can have story with platform, but I feel like action adventure is more like a mini open world, but with a bit of platforming. Okay. So it has changed a bit, or I've gone back and forth in my mind, like, is it a platformer, is it not a platformer? I guess it's a hybrid. It's mainly action adventure platformer, like small.
Okay.
Yeah, platformer, but mainly action adventure. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you'd say an action adventure game with platforming elements.
Yeah, it's because originally I was like, oh, I want to make a game, because I really loved Super Mario Galaxy 2. I never played 1. I know people say 1 is better than 2, which is fair enough. But I was like, I want to take elements from SMG2, Zelda, Kingdom Hearts in some sort of way. So yeah, that's why I said it's a platform. But yeah, I kind of reduced the platforming element each time I develop the game. I'm like, yeah, let me take this out, because
well, it's
yeah.
How I'm trying to be very like sensitive with these as well, right? Because I don't want you to give too much away.
Yeah.
What is the determining factor between you going, okay, I want to reduce the platforming ratio of this game? Is that a personal preference, or is that I'm trying these things and the code isn't running?
No, it's just, no, I'm more about just game feel, really. It's not that the code is not running. It's just like, I'm just trying to see, does it platforming fit into the game? That's where I'm at. There is gonna be some sort of platforming. But I'm just thinking, does it need so much of it like that is centered around it? Because right now I prefer more puzzle type games, or like, because okay, so my game is more like Zelda, because I wouldn't say call it dungeons, but there are areas where you have to complete that whole section to move on to the next. So yeah, but I think within those areas there are gonna be some platforming. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah. That's perfectly
Mm-hmm.
answered. Yeah. I'm with you. Okay, dope. So you named Kingdom Hearts and a lot of games like that. Kingdom Hearts doesn't show up in your 12 favorite games. So is that something that you witnessed your brother playing or brothers playing, or is that something that you kind of done more like late stage research? Where does that come into this game?
Late stage. So most of the games, I didn't mention this, but because I couldn't really afford games back then, so maybe secondary school, I would watch YouTubers. So I used to watch PewDiePie, the Rad Bad, or any random YouTuber who would do walkthroughs. So that's where all my gaming knowledge comes from. Like I used to watch. I wouldn't see myself playing Metal Gear Solid or God of War. I know people talk about God of War, but I couldn't get myself into it. But I'll watch people play it. Like I'll watch Corey X Kenshin or Dashi or whoever was playing the games at the time. I'd watch them play it. So that's where that like Kingdom Hearts come from. I think with Kingdom Hearts, because I know I referenced it, it's more about the swords, because it was originally supposed to be about the swords. So I was thinking, okay, Keyblade, Sword of the Spirit, maybe that's where the reference was coming from, I guess. So yeah, and the combat as well, kind of the combat, was kind of reference from Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so you've mentioned that you want to get it to a place where you can play test it. I'm not going to put any pressure on you into like when do you expect that to be done. But do you have like a timeline journey of where you'd like to see this game develop? You don't have to go too specific if that like reveals everything. But what's your personal timeline like with this game?
Personally, I would like this game to come out tomorrow, but obviously,
same here. Let's go.
I'm so impatient with stuff like this, but I know it takes time. So I actually already put a timeline with a playtest in for May, but I don't even know, because I tried to do some level design in a couple of weeks ago. I said, this is not for me. This is not my bag. As in, I can code, but like to now do the artistic stuff like level design and lighting, even lighting, when I came across, I was like, what is this? This is like rocket science to me. So yeah, level designing, not for me. I cannot build a level to save my life, honestly. Or it just takes you forever, because I'm overthinking it too much. So hopefully May for play like a small scale playtest, but it'll be more targeted. So like maybe playtest for the combat and maybe the puzzle idea I have. And then I think next year, well, I don't know. I really don't know what this year holds. But I know I want to playtest out for May. And then I want this game to be out next year. Is that going to happen? I don't know. But a demo, hopefully by the end of the year. Hopefully, I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. But yeah, next year, definitely want the games come out next year. And a playtest demo. Yeah.
That would be cool, yeah. And you don't even get to answer that question if you don't try, and you build and you work towards it. So even if you don't achieve it, you are so much further ahead than where you were at this point, where you said, I'd like to be there at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a win-win either way. 100%.
Yeah, no, true. Thank you.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So with this game, do you have a name for it?
I did.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it though. I did. My brother was like, that name's whack. So I was like, okay, back to the drawing boards.
Hold on, did you just ask him and kill it? Hold on, you just can't ask one person. What kind of survey is that? No.
No, but his sentiment, it made sense. And I was thinking, because I feel like I'm such an overthinker. Because I've been thinking about the name that I had, and I was like, it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So when he said it, I was like, okay, let me just think about more names, and then I'll pick out of that pool. But I don't know. I feel like I would have a name once I've made the game, because I feel like once once I have like the visuals of the game, the character, the story, then it would make sense for me. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say that was kind of wild if you changed it off the first rejection. But if it doesn't agree with you, then I get that totally. Let's touch on the financial aspect, because it's not cheap to build a game. Absolutely not. I've had CEOs in the past. I've had people who have developed their own games, and that's the one common thread of difficulty. Getting the money, getting the funding is so bloody difficult. How has your personal journey been in terms of trying to obtain funding for this game, and what have you learned from those experiences?
Obtaining fund. I haven't done much obtaining. I've just been building by myself. But I've been, because I have like a business mentor, and he's been like teach me about getting like pitching to investors and whatnot. So I guess I have some knowledge in that area. But I know I need to apply for some grants if I really want to try and get proper funding for this. I know, like, I've watched like other people's development process, how they make the vertical slice and then they have a trailer and put it on Kickstarter, and that's kind of the route I want to take. That's like the end goal funding. I want to take the Kickstarter route, but I kind of want like initial funding that's going to help get to that stage where I actually have proof of concept. So it's not just an idea and nobody knows, like, or nobody's actually had it, like, tried a demo of it. So, but currently right now I've signed like a contract to do like a project on the side for a company to make them a board game. So that's helping me fund this a little bit. So it is taking some time from development recently, but I was thinking if I can get more of those on like side projects that can help fund, I don't mind going that route to like self-fund it. But yeah.
That's cool. I think you should definitely pat yourself on the back for that as well, because that's not easy. Those don't just come around. So
I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's really good.
What can you talk about the board? Yeah, it is. Yeah. What can you talk about the board game? Like, is it something new, or is it like a new version of something that is familiar?
So this company, they already had a board game, but they want to redo it. So they asked me because they've seen my work on TikTok. So they asked me. It's like a business board game. So it's not really a game for like gamers. It's more for like helping other businesses grow and like kind of look at their business from inside out. So like it asks them questions about equality and all that. So it's stuff that I probably wouldn't find fun, but obviously for them. But they wanted like a digital board game to make it interactive for like their training sessions. So that's basically it. So it's not really a game like Monopoly. It's just for business. So I can do that. Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I would say it's all gaming, because I think we're in a really weird stage now where gaming can be used to communicate a lot. Like I said before, it's on the pedestal where it's telling stories that are better than movies and better than TV shows right now. So of course it could be used for educational purposes as well, for workshops, to just do everything, like in the pandemic where people were holding birthdays and weddings and Animal Crossing because they couldn't go outside. So gaming is so multi-purpose, and I think this is now not a consequence but a knock-on effect from that.
No, yeah, completely agree.
I mean, honestly, I think I do think you have a very good base here to build a compelling game. I think you've got the story, you've got the spirit. Um, in terms of what that's a new sentence. What is one thing you are proud of yourself for achieving during your entire development journey so far?
Off making my character. I wanted to pull my hair out. That took me like a month. Like I drawing the character and then actually learned like using Blender. Although I'm gonna kind of redo the whole character because I realized it's not actually as good as I thought. But that actually completing that and adding animations, I thought was so impossible. Coding for me is simpler, or like because I have like a logical brain, I guess. But like when it comes to art, like it just goes left for me. So making that and it actually working, and I was actually able to port it because I had like a lot of struggles with that. Was like, wow, that's amazing. So and also the combo, like it took me a while. I'm still working on the combat system. I didn't realize like like developing the combat system was this difficult. So I've been working on it since January. So from where it was before to now, it's a big jump, and I know it can still be better. Although combat is not going to be a major factor of it, I know I've said that before. But yeah, I've worked on that the most. Like that's it's weird because I've come from like playing like fighting games as well. So like Elden Ring, you know,
Okay.
Street Fighter. I know I didn't talk about
Oh yeah.
the range of games
Yes.
I've played. So like Mortal Kombat, I mentioned Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Street
Yeah.
Fighter, and yeah, Elden Ring. I really enjoy playing that game. That and the DLC. So it's like I was thinking about how I felt playing Elden Ring and the combat in that. I would kind of want it, not that I want it to be the same, but I want it to be something that people enjoy playing. Like I want every mechanic in the game for to be enjoyed. Basically, it's not like lackluster or like they can't tell. I mean, they can tell that I didn't spend enough time on this, but I spent enough time
Right.
on if you get what I mean. So yeah, the combat where it's at now is a lot better, and obviously the character I made, although I'm gonna scrap it and redo it anyways.
Well, hey, that's a hell of an achievement. I can't develop for love nor money. So, this
Mhm.
is all impressive to me. I'm just like stars right now. Um what is one thing that you feel you would like the most to support you during this journey over developing this game? Let's call it Chisom Game 1. That could be
Mm,
anything. That could be like an artist, that could be a
mm.
team of 10.
Oh yeah, definitely a team of 10. I would love that. So I can kind of yeah. I think right now, like what I need right now, defo an animator. Oh no, yes. So like, okay, so the top three kind of roles I need to help me is like a 3D artist, a animator, and a gameplay programmer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like it takes me too long to code something because I'm like still kind of inexperienced. So it's just taking me longer to like get understanding of how I want it to be. So I think that would a gameplay programmer would speed up the process. Not necessarily that I need that role filled, but yeah, it would speed up a lot for me. But mainly animator and a 3D artist, definitely. I want to see the visuals of my game. Like I want to see so it helps me make more better decisions of how I actually want it to be. Like right now it's just gray boxed. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that feels that in really nicely actually, because
Mm.
yeah, you do seem to have quite a logical,
Hmm.
I want to say scientific mind with how you're able to like learn code. And Python is
Hmm.
something that I learned at uni as well. So I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, numbers, math. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So that makes sense because I'm not a great artist either. So I can see that I'm not great at art. So I can see how that would help, and maybe like you more in a directorial position, being able to like see your vision
Mhm.
be brought to life might be able to, I guess, help you be more efficient and
Yeah.
um, hopefully speed up the video game.
Mhm. Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Um, are there any pieces of advice that you could give to someone who is watching you and is going, I want to also make a video game that conveys the word of God
Mm,
and inspire Christians young and mature to play
yeah.
games?
I guess I can say I think it's just having faith and stepping out to do it. I doubted myself a lot before, you know, I actually began doing it. I was even thinking like, how is it gonna happen? And it really just starts from, getting knowledge, get knowledge, applying it as well. So for me, it's taking that step of faith. Um, if you really feel like God has really placed this in you to do, just do it. I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice and others as well who is waiting for the game that God has put in you to like produce. So for me, it's like I know that He knows like how the game's gonna look like. I don't know, but I'm just going by faith. I'm just building, and I'm going back to Him and asking like what else can I do to make this better, or how can I make this glorify you, I guess. So my advice is just to do it. Like there's no point keeping it in you and then you end up when you're at the end of life, you're like, well, why didn't I do this? You're just gonna regret it. So yeah, that would be my advice.
Yeah, amazing. Just do it. I like that.
Yeah.
Um, how can people support you and support your game along this journey? Because I've seen you've got like so much support over the past few months. Because I think a lot of people
Mhm.
believe in your vision, not
Yeah.
just me. So, how can people join your journey?
How can people join? I guess so I need to post more on socials. Like anyways, when I start being more consistent, no. Okay, I would say I don't know. I guess just supporting on social media for now, I guess. And then if I ever do like a Kickstarter, I would love support there. Also those who are actually willing to who feel like they have a burden to help. I wouldn't mind people like just messaging me, DMing me and whatnot. And then yeah, so maybe volunteers who want to help, no pressure, you don't have to, but anyone who feels like they want to help, supporting on social media as I post as well. And yeah, just spreading the word, I guess. And prayers, thank you. Pray for my mental state while building this game.
I'm hoping that
Mhm.
you go from strength to strength because
Thank you.
I think the world really needs this. I yeah, like I said when I reached out to you, I think this is an amazing idea, and I think this is so cool that you're doing this. So I hope to see more of your journey. It's hard to like balance work and then um working on this game and then the social media stuff, and
Mhm.
I can't even get into like the coding because terrible at that. So like you're doing amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
um no, of course, always like the reassurance has to be there. Like you said, you have to be confident in yourself and you have to basically believe. You have to
Mhm.
work in faith. And I do think
Yeah.
it's incredibly fulfilling that you walked out with not a lot of knowledge of what you wanted the game to look like, but
Mhm.
the faith was there.
Mhm.
And as you've been walking, more has been opened up to you, and
Yeah.
the vision or the painting has been more clear or more filled out as you've
Mhm.
been progressing. So all the answers that you're looking for are there. I think you just need to continue walking in faith,
Mhm.
and that's one thing that I can tell watching you now and listening to you now. That's not going anywhere. So you
Mhm.
get there 100%.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Um, of course, you mentioned the Kickstarter and social medias. What are your actual social media platforms? Because I'm sure you're gonna get even more people who would want to follow you. Where can people find you? If you don't mind
Yes.
saying.
No, I don't mind. It's just yeah, I just need to remember my usernames. Okay. So my actual like development profile was Chazon. I know it's CH, but it's actually pronounced Chazon. Chazon? Because the Hebrew word. Anyways.
Chazon.
Yeah,
Okay.
the CH is pronounced as a Kherson. Anyways, I'll just say
Ah.
Chazon so it's easy for people. ChazonDT on Instagram, on TikTok, and then my personal page is Chisom Nwankwo. That's ChisomNwankwo. That's my personal page, and you can see like my journey from being a streamer to, you know, what I'm doing now on that page as well. Yeah, that's what you can find. And YouTube as well. ChazonDT on YouTube.
Oh wait, Chazon, right? Because
Chazon,
when
yeah.
you said that, I was
But
like, wait, hold on.
I'll just say Chazon so it makes sense for people to type in ChazonDT. They'll ask me about that. I made that name like ages ago, but yeah, I haven't shifted from it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we have to teach people how to say it the right way. Let's get them to get it right.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
So yeah, that's Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, and yeah, all the best with the development on your journey. I would love to have you back on and to learn more about how your video game is going, and hopefully a second one, a third one.
Oh, hopefully, yeah. That'd be
if you want, if you want.
That's the goal, honestly.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
And I will put all of those links into the description box on YouTube, where this will be available, and wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify and Apple, where you can also give us a rating and a review. Please let us know how we can improve the show and give you the best. Let us know what you like. Let us know what we can improve on, so we can give you the best possible stuff. And I have not done this in a while. There it is. Yeah, we have a games night coming up on the 7th of May, on the first Thursday of each month. We are bringing people together, and these are our free monthly game nights where we just want to organize something for people, whether it's work, whether it's your side business, your personal business that you do work on full time. We want people to come together from all walks of life and share a game with us. Whether that's video games, board games, card games, party games. We just had one on Thursday, an Overcooked tag team night, which I will say I think has been the most wholesome Overcooked event I've ever seen. And that's not bias. No swear words were used. No one got dashed at. And I almost won my own tournament, which is a disgrace. But I lost for the good of the people. And Galdem Glucose and Daniel ended up winning £50 insert coin vouchers, which are also going to be available for winners at our next event, Mario Kart Bottomless Brunch, on the 19th of April from 12 to 5 p.m. at Little Violet Door. This is in association with London Games Festival. We worked with them back in 2024. And, if you are saying, hey, £50 is a bit much, hey, I agree with you. But you're getting 2 hours of bottomless drinks, brunch, and one of you is going to be able to go home with this Hori fighting stick alpha for the PlayStation and PC, which is worth, I think, £200. So, I think you're going to get your value for money. And of course, and also 2 other people are going to go home with £50 insert coin vouchers. So we are doing all we can to make sure that your money is well spent and you're getting value for money. Yeah. And don't miss out on the next episode on Monday, the 13th of April. It's going to be Logitech's own Danny Clayton. I can't wait to have him on the podcast because he's been someone I've had many great conversations with in person. And now I get to have one immortalized on the main Streamcast YouTube channel. So don't miss it. I finally run out of stuff to promote. So um I I appreciate you, Chisom, for spending your Easter Monday evening with us. And I appreciate you for watching and or listening to the streamcast. This will be available wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Stay safe. I will see you on the next streamcast. Bye.